Okay, so welcome to the Tuesday tirade. I've put that in air quotes because honestly, I'm not particularly angry about anything right now. But you can probably guarantee that as soon as I upload this and go onto YouTube, I'll find something. When I get angry, I do tend to react straight away. So if I do see anything over the next few days that annoys me, I will make a vlog. For the record, not planning on not doing rants where necessary. It's going to happen sooner or later. But it only happens with me when I'm genuinely annoyed or upset about something. I'm not doing them for the sake of it. I never have. So, moving on. I'm not particularly angry about anything at the moment. It's the usual stuff that's going on online. Been there, done that, blah blah. And nothing particularly new to say, or certainly nothing I want to say at this point in time. Pretty laid back and chilled. So I would like to thank everybody who supported me. I'd like to thank all the new subscribers that have come in this week. And what I thought I'd do for today's vlog is look inward rather than outward. I'm tired of looking at the people beating their fists against the walls of the community and shouting and yelling and all that stuff. It happens all the time. It'll happen again. But I want to look at the community itself in this vlog. I would like to welcome all those, not just who are new to my channel, but I know that one or two are fairly new to the community. And that's great that this community is growing. This community is growing in terms of new subscribers, in terms of new channels, in terms of new types of channels, and that makes me very happy that the content is expanding the same way as I'm planning on expanding my content. In terms of my content, because of all the fuss and shits and giggles that happened over the last week, I am late with last week's Wednesday Wonders, so it will now be this week's Wednesday Wonders. It's nearly finished, and that will go up tomorrow. I'll probably go up overnight, and that is concerning looking at how fear works in horror movies. I'm going to be doing a series in terms of horror, because what I'd like to start doing with the Wednesday Wonders is, yes, expanding the content, but instead of leaping straight into UFOs and ancient civilizations, I thought I'd stay closer to home and expand gradually. So that's coming up. And I am going to be doing a lot more horror themed music, etc. On the channel as well. I mentioned that there's a lot of new content in the community, either channels that are new or channels that been around for a while but are being welcomed in, and that's great. I actually love that. What it is causing with some people is, oh my god, there's so much content now. I have to say that, I mean, I watch a lot of content anyway. I watch even more because I'm running a commentary channel. Here's the way to tackle it, especially if you're new to the community, or if you've been around the community for a while and you're thinking, well, how do I take all of this in? Myself and a lot of people that I know tend to have their channels that they watch all the time. I certainly do. Even if I didn't have my own channel, there'd be some channels that I'd be watching whatever content was being put out. There are other channels that I keep an eye on that I'm subscribed to and don't always have time to watch everything, but if I've got time, I watch something, or if something particular interest grabs my eye, I watch it then as well. The other thing I do, and I'd like to encourage people to do this more, is not with existing channels but also with the newer channels coming in. Have a look. Just have a look what people are doing. It may not interest you, or it may surprise you that you found a new channel that you want to follow and watch on a regular basis. Don't just dismiss them. Most people in this community, I think, go into at least 1 or 2 live chats. So if people are sharing links, click on the link, have a look, see if it's something that might interest you. because everybody has to start somewhere. There was issues last week with me having under 400 subscribers, and I pointed out that everybody has 400 subscribers at some point. Sam and Colby had 400 subscribers at some point. I don't know what they're on now, about 12 million, I think. Just because a channel hasn't got many subscribers doesn't mean they're not worth looking at. And I actually personally really like watching small channels grow, because you can see how they develop, you can see how everything actually works. And the best way for those channels to do that is to get the feedback from people who are subscribed, get the content shared out, let other people know that they're there so other people have the option to watch as well. Also, with newer channels or channels that are just coming into the community, the content creators in this community, so many will help. So many, whether it's with a shout out, whether it's with just a bit of advice, always here to help. So you will find with some, because there was an issue last week, you will find with some, if it's a really huge channel or if it's somebody who's getting loads and loads of emails, messages, etc., can't guarantee that people are going to respond straight away, but there's always somebody you can reach out to. So don't be afraid to try. And that goes for the same with subscribers. I have replied to one or two people this week who've asked about the way the community works, stuff they're concerned about, stuff they like. All it takes, put it in the comments if that's the way you want to start off. But that's brilliant. The other thing that's made me really happy this week, and I'm sorry that this is a happy vlog, because I know it's not supposed to be. The other thing that's made me really happy this week is I have, and Stu, I will get round to responding to your email, I promise. Things have just been nuts for the last few days. But I have been asked to look at a story with somebody that's local to me. I'm actually really excited about possibly being able to do it. So if you've got something interesting for content creators, honestly, especially the smaller ones, tell them. I'm not saying that they'll necessarily use something, but it's great. And for somebody like me who's looking to expand content and to look at different subjects, not hugely away from the paranormal, well, where the paranormal's involved, but maybe a little bit away from ghost hunting, then it's great when you get these opportunities to actually talk to somebody, or to maybe cover a story that's not so well known. I do find in the paranormal community, even if you're doing commentary, sometimes you're looking at the same content time and time again. I watch a lot of true crime channels, and it gets to the point where sometimes I'll click off. A number of times I click off a video because I've heard the story already multiple times. So it's not just about finding different types of paranormal to talk about. It's not always going to be possible, but it's maybe trying to find stories that aren't there in the wider community or haven't been for some time. And I know I'm waffling, I'm really sorry. I don't want this to be a long vlog, because it's inevitable I am going to end up doing a rant vlog this week. It'd be lovely if we had a calm week, but you know, this is the paranormal community and there's always somebody ready to throw stones. But please just keep being the community that everybody is. I've done a vlog, last vlog I did a couple of days ago, I thanked everybody, the support I've had, how it just shows how close the community is, how supportive it is. And I also want to say to everybody who's listening, whether you're new to the community or not, whether you knew her or not, we've all paid out in our own way our tribute to Sarah G. Sarah G welcomed everybody, and the comments under my video was saying how she was always happy and welcoming in chat and said hello. It's all it takes, just say a hello. I've had one person say that, I don't know whose chat it was, there are different tones in different chats, and there are different people who, some have been there for a long time and some of who are new. I go into some chats and I can't keep up with comments and responding to people. I go into other chats and it's only one or two. That's normal. That's normal because as close as this community is, there are different sections of it that stick to groups of channels because there is so much content out there. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you do see somebody new in chat and they're trying to say hello back. Make people feel welcome. And I know I don't need to say that to 99.9% of people, but just a reminder, let's keep Sarah's memory alive, keep her as part of this community by adopting that policy when we're watching live streams and when we're in comments as well. Like I said, this is a short vlog because I don't have anything to rant about. What I am going to do is put another video out this week that covers some of the comments from the Unsung Heroes vlog that I put out. So I am going to do another of those videos of people's experiences in the communities. Keep an eye out for that in the next few days. And what I'm also going to do in this vlog is I'm going to, in the channel description, I'm actually going to list a ton of channels. And I'll put next to each channel name what sort of channel they are. But at the top of those channels, I'm actually going to include some of the newcomers that are either new channels or they have recently been embraced into the community. So if you're not familiar with them, please check them out. Please give people a chance if they're doing different sorts of content, whether they're doing music or horror or art. I'm going to include Elaine Baker in the list, who did the masks for Seg, 3 masks for Seg so far. She's doing masks for Crow. And her channel is amazing. She doesn't just do masks, she does art, she does other 3D items as well. And I love watching that channel. So we all have our preferences. We all have preferences outside of the community. So if you're into your music, check out the music channels. If you're into the art, check out the art channels. If you're into the horror movies, check out your horror movie channels. But just go down the list, and anybody that sort of catches your eye and you think, well, I don't know this channel, or I keep meaning to look at this channel, give them a look, give them a like, and if you want to, and I'm hoping you do, give them a subscribe.